Welcome back to the AI Daily Brief Headlines Edition, all the daily AI news you need in around 5 minutes. The theme of this particular episode is all about product updates, funding, and acquisitions. One of the things that you're probably hearing a lot about right now are vertical applications of AI. This is particularly true in the agent space, where companies are taking the highly specific data sets and the highly specific workflows of different industries and building products that are customized for them. Around that theme, EvenUp, a startup building AI for personal injury law firms, has hit unicorn status. The company closed their Series D fundraising round at $1 billion valuation, raising $135 million in a deal led by Bain Capital, with participation from funders including Lightspeed, Bessemer, and others. The company says that over 1,000 law firms are currently using their product to help prepare cases and research from large volumes of documents. Said Rami Karabiber, EvenUp's co-founder and CEO, many law firms are stretched thin, which is why they need technology to scale their top performers. This is especially critical at personal injury law firms where attorneys often manage over 100 clients a year. Araf Haleli, a partner at Bain Capital Ventures, was asked about the question of job loss. He argued, though, that the software is about making lawyers more efficient, not replacing them. Lawyers, he said, can focus on clients, not paperwork. Samir Dalokia, a partner at Bessemer, called the startup the most consequential legal AI company out there. Next up, Uber is getting in the AI game, getting ready to launch an AI assistant to help drivers transition to electric vehicles. The assistant will be powered by OpenAI's GPT-4o model and will be trained to answer questions about EVs. Now, Uber has pledged over $800 million to support drivers' partners switching to EVs by 2040. And this new assistant is all about answering drivers' questions about this transition. Basically, it'll be about giving advice on which EVs to purchase and where to find charging stations, although the Uber team says the use cases will be expanded in the future. Drivers will be able to access the assistant from the home menu of the Uber app, and Uber says it will be trained on personal data based on the driver's needs, including information specific to the city they live in, as well as the government incentives that apply to them. Drivers will be able to interact with the assistant using text or voice, although it's not clear if Uber will support all 40 languages GPT-4o is capable of communicating in. Speaking of agents, enterprise giant SAP is getting in the agent game, promising that its AI co-pilot called Joule will support 80% of its most used business tasks by the end of the year. At the Tech Ed conference on Tuesday, SAP announced that Joule will include multiple autonomous agents. The agents will be designed to carry out a specific function and able to collaborate to execute more complex tasks. In addition, Joule will integrate with Microsoft Copilot to enable users to do things like check their Outlook calendar from Joule. The company's head of product engineering said, "We are infusing Joule with multiple autonomous AI agents that will combine their expertise across the business functions to collaboratively accomplish complex workflows. This will free workers to collaborate in areas where human ingenuity is best suited." Walter Sun, the firm's global head of AI, emphasized the idea, which is very prominent in the enterprise, of human in the loop. Sun said, "One analogy we talk about, if you think about these as musicians, each of these expert agents can play an instrument and they're trained to do that. And Joule, which is a co-pilot, is a conductor of this orchestra to create music that's beautiful to hear or listen to. And then the humans are the composers. The humans are the one that communicate with Joule, and by virtue of that can actually make the request necessary, and Joule, through the help of AI expert agents, will complete the task." Now, even as much energy and momentum as there is around agents, there's also still a lot of skepticism. Scott Bickley, the research practice lead at the Infotech Research Group, for example, told CIO.com, SAP end users are expected to trust that Joule can magically create a series of agents and string together activities in a cogent manner, resulting in comprehensive business workflows. SAP customers must look under the hood here. What data structure is required? What level of complexity can this engine handle without error? How standardized does your process need to be for this to work? I believe we are fully and aggressively heading into the agent stage of AI, and so these are the types of questions that are going to get surfaced a lot more going forward. Over in the land of real estate, Zillow Group has acquired a virtual staging startup, creatively called Virtual Staging AI. The tech allows exactly what you would expect. Listing agents will be able to digitally fill photos of an empty house with virtual furniture and decorations. Zillow plans to integrate the service into their product suite in the near future. Now, this is just the latest in a spree of tech acquisitions for Zillow, who have spent more than $1 billion on M&A since 2021. Lastly today, some interesting comments from Samsung, who have apologized for falling behind in the AI arms race. In a highly unusual public letter, Vice Chairman and Head of Semiconductors Jun Yong-hyun said, "We have caused concerns about our technical competitiveness, with some talking about the crisis facing Samsung." He said that the firm would need to improve its technology and change organizational structure to catch up. Rather than manufacturing GPUs, Samsung only makes the memory chips that are a component of AI training units. The Wall Street Journal writes, Samsung is trailing its competitors in high bandwidth memory chips, a type integral to AI computing. The article also notes that Samsung is losing to TSMC on custom chip making, and its consumer electronics division has been conducting layoffs. The rare apology letter comes in the context of an earnings downgrade. The company was forced to revise guidance, estimating that their third quarter earnings would come in at $6.8 billion. That's roughly 4 times the figure from the same quarter last year, but just half of their 2021 peak. Samsung's share price is down 24% so far this year, while their closest rivals TSMC and SK Hynix are up 70% and 20% respectively. Lots of interesting things going on in the world of AI as always, but that is going to do it for today's headlines. Next up, the main episode.